Hey everyone, Mandy Lea here. Today I am coming to you from the passenger seat of our Tacoma. I spend a lot of time here. In the last 4.5 years, Kendrick and I have towed, not just driven, but towed our trailer 108,000 miles. That's a lot of time in this seat. During that time, I have kind of subconsciously come up with an arsenal of items that I always have with me if I know we're going on a long trip. So I wanted to share some of those with you real quick in case it was helpful for your next road trip. The first item shouldn't be a surprise if you know how much we love coffee. It is our coffee thermoses. Believe it or not, gas stations occasionally do have good coffee, but we absolutely hate throwing away all those cups. So our first choice is this green Stanley mug with the trigger action button for drinking. And I had a friend make me a nice little custom one, which is super cool. However, one thing we've noticed is during COVID, a lot of gas stations are not allowing you to bring in your own reusable cups. It's a bummer, but hopefully that will pass with COVID. Our second favorite mug is this one made by Planetary Design. It's an individual thermos, but it has a built-in French press. The night before, you can set your coffee up, you pour hot water in, let it sit, push down your press, and then you are good to go for the day. After caffeination, our next worry is entertainment. So I always recommend everybody have a book on hand. And no, I don't sit around and read my own book. However, I recommend you do. Actually, right now, I am reading a couple of books about the Grand Canyon because we're about to go hiking in there and I want to be smart about it. The other thing we really enjoy is audiobooks. That is when Kendrick and I can agree on one. But most recently, we just listened to the audiobook Born to Run. It was very interesting and I highly recommend it. Audible.com will give you a 30-day free trial if you click on the link in the description below. Now, riding in the car isn't all fun and games for me. One of the reasons that Kendrick drives probably 99% of the time is so that I can get work done in the car. And I have a few items that help me do that. First off is my lap desk. This is simply a nice little padded hard surface that I can set on my lap and set my laptop on so that it doesn't go everywhere. It's really easy to move, really easy to put back on my lap, super useful. But if I'm going to be working on my laptop for several hours at a time, I need power. So depending on the vehicle you have, you might have a built-in 110 inverter in your dash. Unfortunately, in the Tacoma, we don't. So I had to get an inverter that would allow me to convert the 12-volt power from the cigarette lighter to 110 power for my laptop. There are lots of these available online. Just make sure you get one that has high enough voltage to power whatever you're trying to power. One of the things I often work on long car rides is editing my videos, like this one. And Kendrick would go absolutely insane if he had to hear me talking for 8 hours straight. So having a good set of wireless headphones is key to me. So for Christmas, Kendrick got me the Apple AirPods, which I absolutely love because they're so compact, you can charge them really easily, and they're noise canceling. These things have been a literal game changer. Kendrick can listen to his hard rock music and I can just turn on that noise canceling. Depending what I'm working on, I might need internet. So I always have my Wi-Fi hotspot with me. I will link in the description below to the service I use, which is totally awesome. It's $100 a month for unlimited and, get this, unthrottled data use. I don't get it everywhere in the world, but if we're driving across an interstate, we usually get pretty good coverage. Next up, I rely on my phone for a lot of things between apps, messaging, emailing, etc. But I hate when it's just dangling around in the console. So there's this brand called Scosche, I think is how you say it. But they have an entire line of phone holders that are magnetic. So the great thing is you put this metal backing on your phone, and then you can use any of their magnetic holders. They have a really great one that sticks to the dash, as well as a holder that just clips onto the vent of your car. Finally, maybe an obvious item, but the one item I tend to forget the most is sunglasses. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the best brand of sunglasses are because I believe the best glasses are the ones that express you. And as you might know, I have like a million pairs. I really like to keep this pair of Colorado sunglasses around because it's my favorite state and they express who I am. And last but not least, this unfortunately goes without saying. These days we've added to our list masks and hand sanitizer. They stay in our car all the time so that no matter where we go, we've always got them handy. So hopefully this gives you a little insight into the things I think about 5 minutes before we leave for a road trip, and hopefully it's helpful for you. And as always, by clicking on our Amazon links in the description below, you help us stay on the road. So here's to happy road tripping. Love and light. AirPod thingy-majigs that, AirPods. Oh,